I don't know why I'd never been here before. Well, actually, I do know why. I mean, it's a bird refuge, right? But nevertheless, I went recently, and it turned out to be prettier and cooler than I had expected. We know that Utah has got some really great places to visit, and tourists come from all over the world to see our spectacular national parks and natural wonders. But sometimes the best places turn out to be the underrated, off the radar attractions that are very close to home. This is the Bear Review Bird Refuge near Brigham City. There are two ways to visit here, and I'm going to show you both. One of them is quick and easy, and the other one requires a longer investment of time and effort, but both are worth it.
So it looks like the bird refuge consists of a visitor center and then an auto tour route. Kind of goes out on the marshlands at the edge of the Great Salt Lake. Oh, and there's also a walking trail here. But I think I'm going to begin by going inside the visitor center.
First, the quick and easy way, a visit to the visitor center with a stroll on the walking paths. The visitor center, they call it an educational center, is very convenient to get to. It's right next to the freeway. Just use exit number 363 from Interstate 15 and 84. So if you're on a road trip, at the very least, it's a great place to get out and stretch your legs. The Education Center is a sleek, spacious facility, a beautiful structure built in 2006. Upon entering, just inside the door, they've got a penny smasher machine, so right away you know that this is a first-rate attraction. There's a gift shop in here too. There's no charge to enter here, it's completely free. So the only bill you should expect will be the beaks that you'll see on your feathered friends.
Good morning. Is there a fee or anything?
No.
Okay.
This education center is first-rate. It reminded me of the visitor centers that I see in National Park Service units. I love the care and detail that they incorporate into their displays. They have lots of bright, colorful, informational panels and a full-size diorama to illustrate the wetlands habitat and the wildlife which calls it home. And if you've ever wondered about why they say bird's eye vision,
The eyes of a bird take up 15% of the weight of their head. If that were the case in humans, our eyes would be 14 inches across. I don't know if this is a conflict of interest or not. So they keep track of all the birds they see, and every so often they update the list. Most recently, looks like it was a couple of weeks ago. You have 67 different species of birds that they've spotted here, and nearly 16,000 of them. So we'll have to go out and do the auto trail. And then this is the walking trail here. The paved portion is a half a mile. And then you can do another section out on the marsh. Looks like it's a mile and a half. It's pretty warm outside, so we'll see how about that. It's really beautiful. I think they call it an education center. I keep calling it the visitor center. It's beautiful. And I see people out there walking on the trail. I'll probably at least give the paved portion a go.
but if you think the views from inside the education center are spectacular, do yourself a favor and walk the trails outside. There are 2 loop trails winding through the wetlands just outside the door from the visitor center. The nearest loop is only a half-mile long and it's completely paved and flat too. The landscape out here is Utah at its very best. The stunning, majestic Wasatch Range leaps for the sky just across the fields. As you meander serenely through the wetland, soothed by the symphony of the waterfowl calls.
It's a nice paved path through the marshes. Looks like it's completely accessible. These wetlands are very flat, which I guess is true of all wetlands now that I think about it.
As you can see, this path is an easy walk. It's all smooth concrete.
It's a gorgeous setting here. Also a very beautiful day, although it is a bit warm. Probably about 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
But you should also notice one more thing. There's no shade here. So if it's a warm day, be sure to wear a hat and don't forget the sunscreen.
It's fun to be only a mile or two from the freeway and have it be so quiet. All I hear are all of these hidden birds. Can't see them, but I know they're there.
The sights, and especially the sounds along the pathway, quickly overcame the reluctance I had to walking both loops, so I went ahead and did the second one. The back half of the trail is equally flat, it's just not paved.
Looks like I'm approaching the only shade on the entire trail, which I think I'll avail myself of. This is about as far away as you can be on the trail.
Bring the kids too. Let them run out their pent-up energy as you saunter down the sidewalk.
Oops. And then a window to the outside. I'm gonna take a guess that this provides a chance to see more birds because you're kind of hidden from them, so you can stay out of their view more or less. And then they're likely to emerge from the brush. There's several of these, some over here too. That's a pretty picture. It works, the birds do come out. Binoculars would be very useful here too. It says it's more common to hear the birds than to see them, and I'll concur with that. But they try to describe the sounds of birds that you'll hear and then show you a picture of what they look like. The shade doesn't help very much there. Marsh wren. It's a little wobbly. Well, that's a weird sensation. It's like this thing is floating.
You may also see an aluminum bird here too. The second component of this refuge is to follow the self-guided auto tour route. The drive begins 12 miles away out in the estuary where the Bear River empties into the Great Salt Lake.
Before I did the auto tour, I wanted to make sure that the windshield would be clean so that I could film whatever there is out here. So I took a brief break in between visiting the visitor center and the auto tour to take the car into town and get it washed. So I think I may have found the only car wash in the entire country that doesn't take credit cards. Cash only. Fortunately, I had some cash on me.
And if you remember the days before card payments, you probably also remembered that this happened quite frequently.
Uh-oh. Doesn't like that one. There we go. Looks much better now. So let's head out. It's 12 miles out here to the auto tour route.
Right at the beginning of the auto tour route is this 25-foot tall tower, which provides a bird's eye perspective over the otherwise very flat landscape.
Well, this is pretty up here. Quite the view. I just love the scenery up here. So we're off.
The auto tour route is a 12-mile loop road that is limited to one-way traffic due to some narrow sections. This means that once you begin, you're committed to going all the way around. There's no turning around. Other than that, you can just wing it and go at your own pace. The staff at the visitor center or education center assured me that I would definitely see birds while doing the auto tour. They weren't lying.
I can't remember what the name of that bird is, but I know I saw him in the education center. I wonder how long he can stay. Oh, he came up way over there. I'd like to be showing you more video from outside the vehicle. I've stopped a few times along the way, but I have to warn you that the bugs are really bad, even if there's bees. So this might best be viewed from the comfort inside the vehicle, but the scenery is very pretty.
Well, even though I just washed the car, I already have splats on the window, so I apologize. I had no choice but to keep the windows closed because the bugs out here were relentless.
As I think through this, I think the right time to come out here might be in the fall, when the birds are migrating, perhaps when the bugs have died off. So I may make an attempt to come back out here maybe in November, see if I can get out and get a lot more pictures. This is a really cool place, but unfortunately getting attacked by bees makes it a little bit less desirable for me. Now I'm coming to the end of the auto tour. You can see the tower back where I started. It's 11.7 miles on this thing, and it's taken about 70 minutes, 70. Speed limit posted along here is 25 miles an hour. I've mostly been doing around 15 miles an hour because I've been taking in the scenery, which, as I've mentioned, is really gorgeous. Made a few stops along the way to take some pictures. But I want you to know that if you decide to come out and take this tour, you should probably expect to spend 90 minutes or so just driving the tour, plus the time it takes to get to and from the visitor center, another half an hour. So I would say at minimum, you should expect 2 hours if you want to do this tour. If you've got a couple of hours, I would say that it's worth it. Hopefully I've showed you enough about what you'll see out here that you can get a sense for yourself as to whether or not it's something you'd like to do. For now, this is Postcard Dan checking in from the Bear River Bird Refuge near Brigham City.